And we are live.
Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. How are you? Like the little dragon in the back. He just,
Our guardian.
yeah, he's just kind of keeping an eye out on us, I guess.
Come
So
on.
Ashley's checking the other areas. To all of you on the podcast, thank you for listening to the podcast. We really appreciate that. And we're going to try to do a little more on the audio end as opposed to just once a week there for you also. Hey, Charles, how are you, sir? Having fun this nice weekend, at least for us out here. It's been a very nice day, weather-wise. So can't complain. I do have two videos coming out this coming week, and that's on two new games that I got. Ashley's over there trying to challenge some chicken nuggets. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to talk. So see what you think about that. Again, one's pretty interesting. I think Charles, you'll be interested in it for sure, at least on the one. It's a historical game, and that's about all I'm going to say. But I got it. I got that. That's interesting. I did get a little bit of painting done this week, and finished off my medic and stuff for my stormtroopers on the one-page rules. So I got another set ready to go. Ashley had printed me up some other artillery pieces.
Mike!
That's done. Oh, Mike, haven't seen you for a bit. How are you, sir? It's cloudy, humid, and warm there. Yeah, it's just basically warm here.
That's California, though.
Yeah. Do you have a lizard hiding in the house? He's probably
California, though.
He's probably getting in there, Charles, just, for AC.
Telemachus.
Hello, Telemachus. Greetings back, sir. Henry Mike says he just got back from running errands. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, we know how that goes. There seems to be, always something to do. I don't never just have, a day off where I'm just sitting around and being bored. I wish, but it just doesn't happen for me. So I had a fun day earlier, though, so far.
No.
Went down to a local creek that my son's wife, Katie, had found, and we went out there, and they kind of went swimming. It's a bigger than just, a little tiny creek. So got to meet a nice farmer guy who ended up taking me on his Gator, which is, a utility vehicle, and choked all around his property. It was pretty cool.
He was gone for a while.
Yeah, gray May, June gloom. I remember all about June gloom. People never used to believe me when I come out here that it was predominantly overcast in June, and that's why it was called June gloom, because mostly during the month it was overcast and gray. And honestly, Charles just didn't believe me, to be honest with you. No, it's Cali, it's sunny. I'm like, no, it's not always sunny out there, and it's, but it's perception, I guess. So. But then you'll get the nice warm heat, the Santa Ana winds, and you may not get the Santa Ana winds where you're at, but we sure did. And Southern California, hot, humid winds. But yeah, you guys, so far it's been a pretty decent week, pretty good week. Even got some miniatures accomplished. But these two games I doing a video unboxing on, I think they're pretty interesting. And one of them is still around from a while ago, so pretty interesting. They're going to get set out there for during the week, so that you have something during the week from us. Let's see. We are basically kind of looking at changing the coffee shop up a little bit too. Just to make some tweaks with it, and looking at another supplier, a roaster that might do a little bit better for us on some of the things, so we might be able to incorporate that too.
We're gonna try.
All leaves are green and the sky is blue. Isn't that a song, Telemachus? Something like that. Yep, winds and heat. It gets windy and then it gets hot, and then you get the Santa. Like I said, the Santa winds you get. We used to get fires and all sorts of stuff out there. So California is kind of like surviving a slightly apocalyptic state. You got earthquakes that come without you knowing. You've got lots of heat, power outages, anyways, and then you've got fires. Hello, Ice Wolf. How are you? Yeah, Telemachus says, yep, there was a song. I don't remember the name of the song, but now it's that verse is playing in my head. So thanks, Telemachus. Now I have that stuck in the brain, which means it had to move something to the side.
Great.
So,
now you made him lose his brain.
Who the heck are you back there speaking? What are you painting?
Something for Tanya.
Oh, you didn't even tell me what you were painting.
Well, so our daughter-in-law's
California
moms
Dream.
wanted some 3D art because they keep hearing how we've been printing stuff from our granddaughter.
Yeah, so they wanted something.
So they wanted something. So I printed a Grogu.
Yep.
Baby Yoda. I know I've just butchered its name. And painted that up. And then her actual mom wanted some kind of American Eagle flag thing. So yeah, it is what I'm painting up right now.
Nice. I just didn't know what you were painting. Honestly, I'm sitting here doing all this other stuff, and I thought, I look over and you're painting. I'm like, okay. California dreaming. Yep. Didn't really have a lot of time to dream out there. Don't really have a lot of time to dream anymore anyway. It seems to always be something to do. But yeah. June gloom, for sure. It's a fun thing out there. But we don't necessarily have that here, Charles. But we do have oddball storms and whatnot. So we'll see what this summer brings out here. We're not sure. We'll just kind of wait to see what unfolds.
So as long as it doesn't rain in 2 weeks, I'm good.
Yeah. So 2 weeks we're going camping over the 13th, and
it's Father's Day weekend, 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Yeah, but we come back that Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be back Sunday for our show.
So basically just gonna spend half the day Friday, and then Friday night, Saturday night.
So we got a whole day basically.
Yeah. Biggest BS song ever. Yeah. There's some of them out there that don't really, I mean, there's not really much to it. But they got popular. And if you're dreaming of going to California, I'd research just how expensive it is to live.
Just don't. It's not. It's a nice place.
If you're visiting the attractions, but yeah.
Yeah. Don't plan on moving.
So.
Take it from people who left.
Take it from people, yeah. So what are you guys up to? Anything interesting? Telemachus, Ice Wolf, Charles? Anything more? Mike said he just got back from doing a bunch of running around, and that does tend to happen. I don't really have any running around to do, thankfully. So after the show, it's just going to be, finish up the one video, and I got some of the audio stuff I'm going to do. That's kind of my plans for tonight. I mean, I get dinner, but other than that, not a whole lot. Most of my stuff, like I said before, is painted. I did some touch-up. I did finish up my Stormtrooper set for the one-page rules, so that's going pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty much, well, not completely caught up. I started my crews, each of the artillery has to have a crew of 3. So Ashley prints more of those.
Didn't I print you just another 2 groups?
Yeah, that's the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, I just printed 2
No,
groups.
I'm painting those. So I got them based. Everything's got a 1 coat on it at this point. That's about it. I don't think I'm going to expand my 1-page army anymore. I got quite enough to do with.
You got over $2,000 in points, so I think we'll be good.
Woo, that sounds exciting. Telemachus is ripping a perforated edge off notebook paper so it fits in a folder with prongs. Nice. Charles is busier than the rest of us. He started to get his Persians painted, he said, and reorganizing and moving stuff around. Trying to make the best use of your space. That's all you can do, Charles. Try to make the best use of it because,
that's our problem.
There's not much more space for us. I mean, and we've condensed it a little, but it just pretty much is quite a few games. You guys see those. Those are just the ones you see. And I don't know. It takes a little bit of time to reorganize too. I had everything on my desk, nice, neat, clean. Now it's just kind of like a little bit of a cluster. I need to sit here and re-go through it. I took those Romans out that I wanted to paint, which that's the other thing sitting there looking. I guess I could paint those too because I never did. I wanted to get something going with Gladiator, Coliseum type games. But I don't know. I got this little pile. I'm trying to just work one way to the other and get them done. Nice. Ice Wolf's printing and painting ships from printable scenery at 28mm scale. Oh, for the summit. That's pretty cool for the game Black Sea. So we just have, the naval games, Ice Wolf, those are kind of fun. Like I said before, it's people underestimate them. They don't look like they're fun. They look like it's going to be but it's actually pretty good. Hello, Wolf Brother Hobbies, Mr. Mythos. How are you doing, sir? Hopefully you're doing good also. It's been a fun day so far. Like I said, got a few things accomplished. Ashley's over here painting. So we did get the request from was the miniatures paintbrush.
Yes,
yeah.
Paintbrush.
So he had us print some stuff for him. We got that shipped out. So if you're listening later, sir, we emailed you and stuff. It's on the way. Hey, Charles, you sent me a message to say you forgot what you were going to say. I understand that. Happens to me at work sometimes. I'll be like, too much going on.
Babe, don't lie. You have ADHD, squirrel.
Huh? Squirrels. But I like squirrels. That's why he's a mascot for us. Squirrels are cool. You just throw a little bit of corns. They like peanuts, obviously. They really love peanut brittle, you guys. I have to buy some more. I don't need to bust up my teeth, so I don't eat too much of that. So you're playing Black Seas and Dystopian Wars, which are really nice games. Ice Wolf says that they're different than most games. What do you like about them there, Ice Wolf? Go ahead and just type that in if you want. We'll see. I enjoyed Sails of Glory and Oak and Iron just because it wasn't what I thought they'd be, and you have to make sure you don't make the wrong turn and sail off the table, which did happen to me, and it's embarrassing. But, that kind of happens with the games. Oh, wow. Charles says he emptied one dresser drawer of clothes and squeezed them into other drawers so he could put all his 6mm GHQ micro armor in that drawer. Hey, cool. I don't know how much room's left in your room, Charles, but did you ever see their the boxes to store the 6 millimeters, the trays. I thought about getting some of that because mine are kind of stored in a plastic case that they came in. That they'll put them in like a plastic card case with foam. But the trays look kind of nice to buy.
Did you see Tonkis's?
Squirrel pot pie. So I don't know about that, Telemachus. They may not like that. They might take offense. After all, they can be a bit squirrely. That's why they're squirrels. But we have some cool ones. And then they disappear and we'll get a new group every year. And they're always skittish at first, but then they come running up and they'll come up to within a few inches of you. Or they'll sit on the rail when they hear
And
the
start
car
yelling at
pull
you.
up, and they'll run down from the tree, jump on the fence, run over to the deck, and start doing their little squirrel bark because they want you to come out and dump some food for them. So
Oh, you enjoy it.
yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm like, look, they're waiting for us. I'm a simple kind of person, so it's all good. Squirrels on the fence are fun for me. You said it like that was a bad thing, actually. I look forward to the little guys when I go to work and whatnot. What about you, Mythos? Do you got any squirrels by your house? I think I'm the only one that talks about them, really, but it's all good. So, you got a lot of 6 millimeter, though, Charles. Are you ever going to, do a large mass scale game with that? Black Seas is normally a 1/700 scale. So to print them bigger, you printed them at 6 millimeter. Nice. And the time setting is around 1650. The Dutch ruled the seas then. Yeah, I noticed a lot of them are in the 1700 area. But our ships I kind of like them. They're roughly 15 millimeter-ish, so I like that. Ashley's able to repaint the sails and stuff on them.
Oh, that one set, yeah, I painted the whole set.
Yeah. That's oak and iron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mythos says he has a few here and there squirrels. They're cute. Yeah, they're interesting little creatures. It's kind of funny. If I could just teach them how to paint, that would probably be good. But so far, another decent week for us, I think, because we did get things accomplished. But the games that I got that I'm going to do the unboxing videos on, I think one's interesting and the other is a very much older game. So I'm kind of surprised. I didn't realize how long ago it was printed. So I kind of lucked out on that. It's in pretty rough shape, but it is what it is after all this time. But that should be cool. You can kind of see what part of it there on the table of the one that I got left to do. But it's going to be interesting. Charles says he'll probably do 30 Russians versus 15 or so Germans, 2-1 odds, random selection of vehicles. That sounds like it'd be fun. 2-1 odds would be about right. I mean, it seems to me that the Germans were just did more damage when people went against them. They seem to be just better at the fighting. Maybe not every single skirmish, but for the most part, it cost allies an awful lot to fight them. It wasn't very, very morale boosting, I don't think, for the sides going against them. Henry Mike says squirrel is tasty when you're out of possum. Woo! Do you like? That would be interesting. I never had possum. Goat. I had goat once. That was interesting. I've had rattlesnake. That's more like chicken. Uh, but yeah, we don't have too many. It's kind of funny. You don't see too many possums out here. I mean, they're here, but you just don't see like a lot of them. More, I'll see more raccoons than I will see a possum. So I don't know. I don't know where the possums are hiding, but
They're out at night around here.
yeah, but not like in mass or anything. It's
No.
just raccoons. There's a lot of them out here. You constantly got to watch. They're always running back and forth across the roads. The Germans were always outnumbered, Charles says, so he doesn't see how fair it is putting 20 Panthers and Tigers on a table against 20 T-34s. Well, the Germans fought very hard, and they just did a lot of damage. So you may as well see how it works out. The T-34s, man, they're pretty good tanks. Tiger obviously was the harder tank and the Shermans were just not up to that. They literally they won, but they won because they would do five or more tanks at a time, usually on a Tiger, from what I've been reading. So they took a lot of heavy losses too. But all you could do, Charles, is put them out and see how you roll, man. See how you roll. Oh, Mr. Lingster. He says, hello, my fellow kids. Yep, we are all just children in the gaming world, man. This is not see, today you don't have to be, quote, serious working adult. We're just sitting here having childhood fun. On your Persians, you're just going to put mustard brown all over and dab some whole red. Well, you're playing on 6mm scale, so go for it, sir. I'll watch it. It'll be interesting. Just roll really good. Depending on what side. Yeah. You hope what? What did you say? Actually, I think she said she hopes the Germans lose.
See, you heard me. I didn't have to repeat myself.
Yeah, it's my brain because she knows that's what I played for World War II. They did in the end anyways, which is a good thing. But boy, it's interesting to look at all the stuff that's what I like about Clash of Steel. You get to play with the prototypes that from both sides, all sides really, that never made it out to see any kind of fighting or conflict. But had they,
it would have been a completely different war.
Would have been bad for everybody.
Yeah. It would have been a completely different war if some of those Germans came out.
Yeah, Russia was mass productions. The T-34 had sloped armor, Ice Wolf says, and they made the mold outside, digging it in the sand. Yeah, I believe that. The German were more high tech. Yep, they just were. They were ahead of the game. But Russia had more people too.
Well, Russia also put buckets on top of their turrets too to scare the Germans, because all the Germans were afraid of I believe it was the IS-2s, I believe, and they had basically those expressors on the front of the barrels. So from a distance, they would just basically put a barrel or a bucket over, and it would look like an IS-2 or IS-3, one of those two.
You were looking at that the other day. I don't know. Me, Henry, and Mike earlier, he had said kangaroo is good, but it's hard to import. They're hard to catch too. Never had kangaroo. We have a store out here. They sell things like you can get buffalo or bison.
We can get buffalo, bison,
crocodile if you want that.
I think it's technically alligator.
Or alligator, I don't know. No, it's.
I think it's alligator.
Alligator, the whole thing. There are some stores that will carry some of the exotic stuff. And Johnny says he is actually painting tanks right now, BattleTech tanks. There you go. I still have yet to get my BattleTech tanks out in a fight.
Yeah, that's the next one. We got to read up on it.
I want to make sure I do that one right. So it'd be nice to get those out too. So Meandering Mike says the Russians didn't have radios in all their tanks, only the company or platoon commanders. Well, I believe that. I mean, however, I think any of those vehicles should have radios so they could communicate what's going on. The problem with just one lead tank with one radio, that makes it hard to communicate. You know what I mean? So it was pretty brutal, though. So, I mean, what's amazing to me is how the Russians fought back then when their very own government, was terrible to them. And so it makes you wonder how they continued that drive to stay in the fight. You know what I mean? Because they surely were treated not very good. It didn't really, wouldn't be very motivational to fight, especially if you took a wrong step and they got rid of you, because they thought you were retreating if you were repositioning. Oh, Charles says oxtails with yummy rice, celery, green onions. I have not had that, but it is a popular dish. Yep, that's in a soup, Charles. Out here, it's a fairly popular dish. I have not yet tried that. Johnny says the BattleTech tanks and VTOLs are fun. Don't get their artillery banned like he did. I know you told me about that once before, but refresh my memory, Johnny. How did you get the ban again? I thought we talked about, but I don't remember. I mean, artillery is supposed to have a good effect. That's why you use it. It's kind of funny because in like Team Yankee and some of the others, with the number for the top of the tank, using artillery against your opponent, you can bail them out. You can make them get out of the vehicle, and then they can't remount, and then they end up having it's abandoned. I have to leave. So artillery against heavy tanks does work if you can get them to bail out. It's not going to destroy it, but they can fail to get back in. And, if you roll up on a tank that's been bailed out, they can't fight back either. Then when you attack the tank, you just, it's pretty much a done deal. I'm not sure how that works with BattleTech because I haven't, what's that beeping noise? Because I haven't used them. But they're painted. I just haven't used them yet. So now that we got the scenarios done, the introduction ones, then we'll branch out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how well they work. Oh, wow. Johnny said he played an Alpha Strike game. He had 3 tanks with 2 artillery each, a long tom artillery, a longbow, arty mech, 2 VTOLs for spotting, and a mech for cover. Smart if needed. Oh, okay. So Johnny says with BattleTech, if it's on board artillery, the strikes hit the spot immediately. Nice. Mini Warmont, hello, sir. He says he just arrived home with a big scorpion greeting them from above on the garage ceiling. Oh, geez. Yeah, stay away from the scorpions. They're not fun. Look, me, Worma. I'm using your cup today to drink out of.
Well, you've been using Mythoses for a while. So,
Yeah.
time to switch them up.
Just switch them up once in a while. That's true, Telemachus. The scorpions don't eat much, so you don't need to worry about it anymore. It's not like they're going to swoop down and take your tacos or something. Although if they do, I'd just be like, nice, scorpion, take them, because don't want to get stung. Oh, you got your first big rain, Mini Worma says, and scorpions come running inside. Well, that'd be something to see, because I hear people are like, oh, man, the weather's hot. And so the mice come in, or, oh, man, it's, 10 below zero, and the mice come in. Well, mice don't want to be out in all that heat, and they don't want to be out in all that cold. So, but I've never had a scorpion come in the house. So
Only we have scorpions.
you beat us on that. Wow, Johnny, 9 damage per round on any single hex he hit. Any mech in the hex was gone. So that probably upset a few people, yep. But that's what they're there for, right? So isn't that acceptable to use it that way? Sometimes people get mad if you come up with a real good strategy and nobody else thought about it in the game, and then, But that sounds like you played it smart. Mini Wormut says, huh, cool. Yep. We swap out our coffee mugs, so used Wolf Brother Hobbies, and now we're using yours. Maybe next week we'll use, I don't know, we'll pick one and figure it out. Maybe the one from IDC Beer. It says he sent a picture to us on that Facebook thing. Okay. I will take a look. Yeah, but you played it smart then. Johnny says it's not really acceptable.
Oh, fuck that.
His entire... Oh, did you see it? Well...
Yep, I'm good.
Yep, it's on the ceiling for sure. Thanks for the picture. Poor Ashley wouldn't like that.
Nope.
But anyways, Linster, I mean, you're allowed to take the mechs into battle, so how you set it up did a lot of damage. But what I'm saying is that doesn't sound like it was against rules or whatever. It's just people may not have liked it. Hello, John. How are you, sir? He says he had a raccoon walk past the sliding glass door the other night. You live in the middle of a forest, so deer, rabbits, squirrels, possums, raccoons, and a black bear. Nice. Just don't open the black bear and go, here, little bear, here, little bear. Just let him keep going. I can see Ashley. Oh, he's cute. It's like
a baby.
It's a baby. It's like, no, just leave it alone. It's fine.
Like that TikTok.
Yeah.
Can I pet the dog? Can I pet your dog?
It's not a dog. It's a bear. Yeah, we see.
It's a wood puppy. Get it right.
A wood puppy. Okay. We've seen the deer, the rabbits, the squirrels, the raccoons ourselves a lot. No bears so far. Glad to hear you're doing great. So are we. So is everybody in the lobby. Everybody's doing fantastic. Mini Wormut's now got, an extra pet in the house. Does your homeowner's insurance cover scorpions, wild scorpions, Mini Wormut? Just asking. Yes, Mythos. Can I pet that dog?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Johnny said his whole White Death Kickstarter came in. He's done unboxing. He'll be live streaming it starting this Thursday. What time do you plan on live streaming? In all honesty, if I can catch it, I will. I work till about 4:35-ish Central Time. So if you live stream it after that, I'll be able to catch it. John says knock down 2 bird feeders and garbage can that night. Yep. If you're talking about the bear, they will overturn a lot of things to get what they want. The deer, pretty much, they'll just chew up your garden or whatever, you know. Well, hello, walkabout. How are you, sir?
Wag!
So Mini Wormite has a nice mug you guys can check out, especially those of you who will watch this later or hear it on the podcast. You can go to Mini Wormite's channel and look, and he's got mugs and stuff.
He's got some swag!
Yep. That's the way to do it, sir. Walkabout, what have you been up to, sir? Are you still vacationing in the Bahamas and just spending your lottery money? No, I'm just joking. But if you are, then, you know, don't forget about the little people. Mini War Mug. Yep, Meandering Mike. It should, instead of the logo, I think Mini Warmut, it should say Mini Warmut and then a taco, because everybody knows him as like the taco guy.
Put a drive-through on it.
You hear that, Mini Warmut? Ashley says, put a Mini Warm under that, put a drive-through, like a generic drive-through, because your car is generally in a drive-through. Why got you up with you? Oh, Walkabout is designing and test printing. Oh, wow. Charles said his cat a long time ago was on the other side of the curtain, and on the side of her tail was just switching crazy. So it was weird when he peeked in her face. She was face to face with the skunk. Wow. You're lucky it didn't spray you. There you go. There you go, Telemachus. Mini Warmut. Forever
Mini War
Mini War Taco.
I like that.
Mini War Taco. There you go. Then Brian, he can be like the Taco King or something. What's wrong?
Got something in my eye.
You got something in your eye. How'd you do that? Yep, Mini Warmut. Everybody's here, it sounds like. This is what I like. Everybody's saying hello. Are we done with roll call now, Mini Warmut says? Of course, he's got his humor. I don't know. I think so. I think the roll call is done there, Mini Warmut. So, yeah. So, several of you showed up. So, I'm going to be putting out 2 short unboxing videos. So, check them out. One's a pretty old game that I thought would be kind of cool. The Taco Joker, huh? Charles says. There you go. Every city needs someone to make sure tacos are delivered. The curse of Mini Warmut is Ashley, as an evil laugh. See, Mythos is saying hi. John says he's here physically, not mentally. That's how I am at work, sir. I try to be there physically because I can't afford a clone right now. Mini Warmuts. Oh, yeah, that Mythos dude is here, too. That's funny. He's a shady dude, Mini Warmut says.
That is your work phone.
Another unboxing. That there has to do is for Steel Rift. It's another skirmish mech game, but supposedly simpler and faster. Oh, that would be interesting. We'll have to see what that's like. Because any successful games, there's always going to be, competition offshoots. Some of them are real good too. But that's why I like Alpha Strike. Like I said, it'll probably be a simpler, easier uh, game as opposed to the standard BattleTech. I'll play both, but I prefer the Alpha Strike version by far. Which was interesting because David from Axe Annex, he from his channel, we used to just chit chat a lot before the work schedules and stuff changed, and he's the one that said, "Hey, you kind of pushed me in that Alpha Strike, direction." Ooh, Linster says that's a game by Death Ray Designs. They actually sell it as the STLs, or you can purchase the mechs from them. Walkabout says Hard Wars is looking interesting for 6mm sci-fi. 6mm is starting to get a little bit of more of a surge, I noticed, in the last year or so. There seems to be more interest actually coming up on that, which is cool too. I'll have to look at that one. I didn't know about that one there, Walkabout, but Hard Wars, that'd be pretty easy to look up, I think. But I don't know, if you have the option to print or buy them, and you can print them, it's a little bit faster. Well, that's okay if you don't have a 3D printer. You buy them if they're reasonable and they're fun. It's all good. What did you see there? Mini warm up from on tabletop interview. I guess maybe I missed. Or which subject are you referring to? Walkabouts. Oh, okay, yeah, it would be. Modiphius is bringing it out. Well, I'm a Modiphius fan, man. I think they did some really good work on some games, especially transferring them over to the tabletop, like Elder Scrolls: A Call to Arms. Very, very happy with that one. The show is full of weirdos who like to have fun, Keegan says. Well,
what the hell? Oh, about time he shows up.
Oh, Keegan. Dang it. Sorry, bending over trying to get this itch on my foot. Mini Mormon says, look, a weirdo calling us a weirdo. And Telemachus says he prefers soft wars to hard, less complicated. Well, there you go. We'll leave that to the audience to decide what they feel about that. Jeez. Pardon me. My non-professionalism. I'm tying my boot. There we go. There we go. Easier to maneuver around on the chair. But, we probably are a little bit off kilter mini warm up, but that's what makes us, special.
Does that look okay?
Oh, yeah.
So what accurate?
It's pretty thin, but
Yeah,
it looks good. Yeah, Tanya will like that. Full scale war would be fun, Keegan says. Yeah. Mythos says, read that, Keegan. We miss you getting on. You can get on once in a while, but Keegan's been pretty busy lately. Lots of acres for him to manage on Farming Simulator. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. He's just been busy. Except when it comes to messing with me, Mini Wormut or Mythos, you know what I mean? He likes to make me, like, he likes to harass me a little bit. No, it won't, Keegan. I don't have a great looking face. I just got one of those ugly filters from Wish, and it turned out pretty good. It keeps the camera from breaking. Plus, I keep it at 720. I don't want no high definition on me. Wouldn't be worth it. Not to the viewers. They'd be like, "Oh my God, what's Greg doing?" Plus, sometimes I'm not properly groomed and whatnot. We just got back from an area outside of town, which Keegan, I'll have to take you and Crystal out there. Take the dogs, a place to let the dogs get in the water. What the heck? That is our other group going off. Always the groups get active. Well, maybe she does, Keegan. I don't know. But she does think that I'm a goofball anyway, so.
Big Witch granddaughter.
I think he's talking about
I know which one he's talking about.
Maya, yeah.
The other ones don't stop him either.
I
They
know.
start laughing.
If I get picked on, nobody stops. Nobody stops. They just think it's funny. But that's a different show. We never got to that point where we should Oh no, you're okay, Mythos. You don't gotta worry about it. My phone's on silent, so I just see it going, the messages going ding ding, I'm like, that's cool. You do whatever you gotta do, sir. That's all good. Yeah. Well, Mini Wormut did send a picture there. Oh, you've seen it then, Mythos, yeah. Well, I got to talk about that on the show there, Mini Wormut, because insurance is involved. You know what I mean? Want to go for a ride? So, I guess I need to watch Yellowstone. Everybody tells me to watch it because of the train station. Because I see people saying it's a train station moment. And I was like, what does that mean? And then I found out, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, it's one of them rides you don't want to take.
No.
No. Keegan's, oh, it's okay, Brian. My farming sim workers are going to pick him up. Probably. Farming simulator is interesting. I'm glad Keegan likes it. It's just not for me, even though I live in Iowa and there's lots of farming. Maybe that's why I'm not interested in farming simulator. I am a little interested in I don't know. You'll have to see. You'll have to see the two games I found. It'll be interesting. I think you'll think it's interesting too, you guys. Mini Wormut. So Mini Wormut, he finds deals online all the time on sets. This was just really a interesting game that first came out in 1968, and I got a copy of it. So, and I got a copy of it for $12. I'll just leave it to you at that. We'll see. We'll see when the unboxing is done. So check that out when it comes out. We'll put it that way. And now, what are you painting the same thing still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go. So that's kind of what we've been up to, what we're doing, and sounds like you guys are having actually more fun than we are on getting stuff done, which is good. It's good. Um, I guess I should do a little video of the group of the stormtroopers that are done, so you can see those. They're just basically one-page rule soldiers dressed up with capes, I guess. That looks like capes, cloaks. But they're supposed to be fairly formidable, so we'll see. Because I want to do another.
Doubt it.
Well, your guys were pretty rough, but we'll see.
Again, doubt it.
You doubt it?
Doubt it.
Okay. Already issuing challenges. She likes to do that before we play. So.
I have faith in my guys.
Charles says, I bought too many games lately. Bye bye, dinero. Yep, it takes money. But the one I really couldn't pass up. I just thought, well, it's $12. It's like the what's that one you got? The Russian one? I don't know the name.
Something Bears. Conflict of Heroes.
Conflict of Heroes.
Awakening the Bears.
Awakening the Bear, yeah.
That's Russia 1941 through 42.
But it's everywhere.
Yeah, I got that one for like $9 or $10 or something like that.
Yeah, we got it pretty cheap, but everywhere else, if you were to buy it, it's $90 and up. Benny Mormon says he's been building all of his Kings of War armies right now. I should make some content, but stuff needs to get done. You still have a pretty good content. Oh, hey, John, if you're taking off, thank you for stopping by, man. I hope everything is going good for you, sir. But thank you for coming by.
See ya. Have a good night.
Keegan says he just got his one-page rules fortress printed. Is it finally done then, Keegan? Because I know that's going to be pretty big. That super tank, too, that I had it come in so many sections that it took a bit to print it. But if you can show that off when you get it done, Keegan, or put it in a group, that'd be cool, too. Don't you love typos anymore? But they happen to me too. All right, go ahead, Walkabout. We'll still be here for another 10 seconds. Oh, wow, John. We'll have fun with he says he's going to be announcing a high school baseball district tournament game tomorrow night.
Nice.
Very cool. Enjoy it then. Oh, geez, you guys. Keegan's going to walk it over real quick. There we go. Then you can see it.
How's he going to get in? I have my front door locked.
We'll have to unlock it to let him in.
I don't want to unlock it. Why do I have to let him in? Because then he don't go home.
Yes, he does. Eventually. All right, that's cool. So we'll bring that on so you guys can see what Keegan printed out. His printer is I like it.
Flashboard.
Yeah, but it's a very nice filament printer, and it does pretty good, especially on the detail. For some of the stuff on other filament printers would just be crap. Still, Benny Warbot says at Wolf Brother Hobbies, what? Well, that looks good.
Don't touch the little dots.
Okay, can I have it back?
Well, it's wet. Give it a minute to dry.
Mythos misread it. Thought that Brian was leaving too. All right. Keegan says he's going to take his dogs out real quick. Sure. Ashley's leaving to go unlock the door and let him in. That way he can get in and show it off. But like I said, his Flash Forge does pretty good work. Mini Warmutt.
What did Brian bitching about now?
Nothing. It's just he's telling me to slow your roll, bro. Boy, I had my son do that to me one day. We were talking. He goes, instead of saying, "Yeah, Dad," he goes, "Yeah, bruh." And I said, "No. I'm Dad. Don't refer to me anything other than as Dad."
Yeah, the granddaughters are doing that to their mother.
Like you're not supposed to do that. So use that on your friends or whatnot. So you can use it on Mythos. Just, I just thought it was funny, so I had to share. I think I missed your comment earlier, Charles, where you said you didn't paint any of your English or American tanks yet, maybe the next decade. That's really not too far off the next decade, but yeah, at least they're fairly easy to paint, especially if they're the smaller scale. You can just brush one coat it.
Oh, we need this camera, don't we?
We will, but probably going to be a couple minutes before he gets here.
Keegan's excited about it. So.
Yeah, so we could set it up.
Well, go ahead and set it up. I can show him off what I was just doing.
Nice. Mythos says, "I'm sorry, Mr. Warmutt, sir. It won't happen again." Sure. Now you took all the fun out of it, Mythos.
I would have done it again.
All right, we'll get the other camera set up that way. There we go. You want to put that on? That's just your fingers. Type it on the keyboard. Keegan says, when the kids do it, he becomes Hulk Hogan with the word brother. Yeah, they like to do that, or slay. What?
Let's see if we...
Oh, no, Ashley. You missed a walkabout. Now Ashley and Brian are going to go at it. It was Brian and Wolf, brother hobbies. Oh, I don't know if they're that funny.
Sure.
Oh, well, it's all good. You got to have some fun sometime. But we're glad you're back, Walkabout. So Keegan's going to bring over his fortress he's been printing.
It's a possibility.
Well, Mythos, it says, I wonder if growing up with Hulk Hogan is one of the reasons I use the word brother so much. It's possible. He did that all the time, and boy, he was hugely popular.
If I didn't harass you, Brian, then you know I'd be mad at you.
Yeah. Ashley has sass? Oh, just a little bit sometimes. You're on camera eating chicken nuggets now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, Brian, so now she can't really harass you about tacos and food. Oh, May Warma says that's kitchen calling you, woman. Nope, I can't say that. Right now, May Warma, she's eating chicken nuggets. So, drinking some cold iced tea too.
Vitamin water.
Oh, vitamin water.
I'm out of iced tea. You didn't buy any.
So that's the only reason you're drinking the healthy stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, at least you're honest. At least she is honest.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Wow.
walkabout, that's true. It's kind of like the Force, but with her, the sass is strong with Ashley.
Screw y'all.
Mythos. If that's the case, then growing up with Macho Man is why I'm always tweaking it, telling people what's going on, what's going to happen. Yeah, some of those guys in the WWE world, they were pretty, charismatic.
They're originals.
Oh, Benny Wormut. Ah. Oh, snap, he says. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Can you see it, Ashley?
Which one? Brian or
Brian.
that's it.
She's just being quiet now, Benny Wormut. Lister says, don't buy the iced tea.
Charles. Nuggets. I have real chicken. Costco.
The one brand of iced tea that we'll buy is Milo's. It's it's just iced tea without all the bunch of stuff, and it's just they have sweetened or unsweetened versions. So,
And we drink both off and on.
but we do make our own iced tea too occasionally.
No, just our container right now is being used up by coffee.
Yeah.
So we can't make our own iced tea right this second.
That's because I have my own glass iced coffee jar that goes in the refrigerator. So when you put the coffee in it and you set it overnight, it's a cold brew, so it brews.
Paint Minis Lives.
What is up, party people?
It's been a while since he jumped in.
Yeah, we're just partying it up. Many more months all here. Chicky.
I see him.
Oh, boy. So, Paint Minis Live, Brian, Aaron, and Ashley are kind of going back and forth in a nice way. So, don't get upset, YouTube. That's just fun they have. You had the real chicken at Costco, Charles. Would that be the rotisserie chicken? Yeah.
How could you forget that?
Oh, boy. Go get your coffee, Wolf Brother. Mythos. Mini Wormut at Paint Minis Live. You entered the wrong room. Now he's quiet. He doesn't know what's going on. Be on guard. Yeah, we're just having fun.
I know what Brian says, just one ear, not the other, so I ain't worried about it.
Well, that's because you don't have a comeback to it, isn't it?
Nah. I'm not going to lower my standards to that.
Oh, here we go.
You have the other camera on?
Yeah. I think Ashley's going to try to show you some of what she was. Are you showing what you just? Well, didn't you print the other one?
Yeah.
So not one.
Yes,
first?
I know.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you, Charles.
You're not live, Leinster says, but he's painting minis. Hey, paint your minis. It's all good. You want me to switch it over?
Good.
What's on the docket for today? We'd have to go back an hour and chit chat. Paint Minis Live. Let's see. We talked about the little bit we did get done this week. We did some.
You actually shut that pretty fucking quiet up there. I thought I heard a click.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't until I got like 2 steps away. I was going to try and get you both to jump on camera.
It is coffee time. Wolf Brother. Mythos.
So yeah.
All right, so hold on. Ash, here's what Keegan brought over to show you guys.
Is it all one piece or a bunch
That
of
was
pieces?
multiple pieces.
Okay.
It's the tank, not a freaking lock hole.
So explain a little bit about Keegan. How many pieces did you print? Is it just the 2, or did
That's
you?
what I just said.
So each wheel is printed separately. Each track was printed separately. The turret and then the gun were all printed separately. And then,
A lot of cleanup.
huh? Oh
A
yeah.
lot of cleanup you got.
Well, there's a lot of it because
Choir boy, Benny Wormut.
this,
Sure.
this half was one. This half was one. Each track was one. Each tire was one, and then the turret and then the gun was one piece.
Oh, so you have lots of gluing on this.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of glue and there's lots to do with it. Because I'm going to have to really clean it up before I
Yeah, that's
do
it.
anything with it. Because there's lots of...
Yeah, on the turn especially.
That is correct. It's Keegan with a big tank.
This hauls up to 16 troops, I think it was.
So Mythos, he just said it. It'll transport 16 troops.
I'll look it up real
Jeez.
quick.
That's a lot.
Actually, this has got some little heft for being just filament. But I mean, other than that, it looks still pretty good. It's actually nice and smooth.
Yeah, pull up there and build it
Mythos
up.
says it looks good. Isolo says it looks good.
Well, I
That's-
just painted. I had purple
Baby Mini Life
extra.
says sick.
Anywhere else says that's as cool as Purple Rain, bro.
Oh my god.
So.
K-Mini's Live said that. Sick looking. And Telemachus says, that
It's
a
for
shoe?
one-page rules, Mythos.
That's for the faction. What faction are you playing there, Mythos?
The
The
dwarves.
The dwarves, yeah.
Because he could take his Voltan and...
I can put my.
So it's
Yeah.
the Voltan, yeah, just for one-page rules. That's a nice tank, though,
It is.
man. Charles says, that's
Yep.
funny. Yeah. Maybe if they want to pay enough, you could escort him, Charles.
Yeah, it's a fast, impact of 9, a tough of 18, and transports 16.
Oh, wow. Oof.
Yeah, it's got a heavy beamer on top.
There's Grogu.
There you go, Mini Worma says to Mythos, the game that's way better than, 60K.
That light's not working so well.
No.
Need to indirectly on it.
There we go.
You printed that out, so.
Yep.
It is way better on the wallet there, Mythos.
Yeah.
Unless there's just 40K.
A green
left.
Smurf and a ball. Ah! I mean, I
he's
guess.
not wrong.
No, so the daughter-in-law's stepmom, she loves anything Yoda and Grogu. So,
You know, Yoda was originally supposed to be a monkey.
wouldn't surprise me.
Originally.
Is it originally going to be? Oh,
That's
at
it.
your table. That's it?
That's it.
Is that for your table that
That's
you
all
got?
I have too.
That's all I have for your paint of the week.
Well, things are getting done anyways.
I have a three-year-old here. I can rarely sit
That sounds
down
like
and paint.
that sounds like a you problem.
I can barely sit down and paint
That
with
sounds
her
like
here.
a you problem. That ain't a me problem. That's a you problem.
Thanks, guys.
That's a you problem. That's what that is.
Well,
I'm gonna go home and make our mini slider burgers.
Ooh, you're making mini sliders? Nice.
That's what we're doing. We're in slider burger store. So peace.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Keegan.
Yeah. Next time I'll scare the crap out of you this time.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
good
didn't
luck
hear-
doing that until we fix our floor right there.
It
creaks.
I didn't hear-
It creaks.
I didn't hear him coming up into the room.
He got that front door. I thought I heard a click. Or right there by the back door is where it creaks a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to be Baby Yoda to almost everybody, Mythos. Oh, nice. Wolf says, good job. Does it have 50 stars? I don't think so. Because it's just
50 stars.
your piece that you painted.
Oh, this one? I don't even know. Probably not.
That's right, Mini Warmutt. Keegan showed himself to the door. We'll just give him a call later.
There's 34, but the rest of the head's covering it. So, maybe, technically? No, it was just a free print I found on Colts.
Come on over, Mythos. He's making sliders. Tonight we're just probably going to make what?
But it only take him 18 hours to get here.
Then he'll be good and hungry.
Sliders there is the size of a dinner plate.
Wow, Telemachus.
That's not a slider then, Telemachus.
That's a beef patty.
That's half the cow.
So, yeah. We did run across and found at the local store a box of smash burgers that are really good.
Actually, they are. They're really good.
I thought, well, we'll try them. So that's what we're going to have.
Actually, that's funny. Yeah, he's having hamburgers over there. We're having hamburgers here.
Yeah. His are just little tiny baby ones.
You'll fill up on bread.
Yeah, eat a bunch of the bread. Dinner plates is a big size slider.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean that always happens. We always end up talking about food at some point.
At some point in the show.
You can't get around it, man. People.
Well, it's earlier than normal.
Huh?
It's earlier than normal when we start talking about food.
Oh, they're paper thin. There's a restaurant out here that's, what does it say? Freddy's. And it's got a drive-through, so they sell, quote, steak burgers. They're very thin patties that are in there. It's good, but it's not very thick. Yeah, Telemachus. Those wouldn't be sliders. They're huge. And Walkabout says he had bison burgers last night. Awesome. Did you like them? You can get ground bison out here, too.
Yep. Found some Wagyu burgers, too.
Mito says, I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today. What was that character's name? Wasn't it? Man. He's the one on the Popeye show. There's always one of the hamburgers. That slipped my mind. Nice Wolf says it's all we do: sleep, eat, hobby, and smoke. Wimpy from Popeye. Okay. Have we gotten any gaming recently? Paint Minis Live. Not tabletop
really.
Gaming recently. We just have.
The last time we actually quote gamed was our anniversary at the middle of the month.
Yeah. So we haven't done much the last 2 weeks on game. Well, Ashley's been gaming a World War I video game, Zonzo. So that's pretty brutal. Yep. Wimpy, I will gladly pay you for a hamburger today. Minnie Warmont says, we be wag be lagging. Oh, on my end, Walkabout's doing real good. Yeah, it was, just couldn't remember his name. Type faster, Charles. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd have to try some bison burgers, but we can get it. I just wasn't sure. But I'm not opposed to trying that. See how that comes out. People out here really like to grill, including us, and then my grilling days are a little numbered only because our grill finally, after all this time, decided to get to a point where it really.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Minnie Warmont says his wife told him to stop. I'm sorry, dudes. Well, maybe not Ashley. So Mythos got in some gaming. He beat Atlas in a game of Go. Yu-Gi-Oh! First Edition. There you go. Now there's two different games, right? Going from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Warhammer. Maybe Warmont's all sorry, Ashley. He just gets back. If your wife's there, Ashley, don't take offense. She just goofs off right back. Mythos says a bison burger tastes like a beefier burger. Paint Minis Live, thanks for stopping by, sir, and putting up with us being weird and not having gotten much gaming done lately. We just finished some of our painting stuff too. So, but thank you for coming by. Have a good rest of the week, sir. We appreciate it. That's okay. I remember back in the day when Telemachus first showed up in Ashley and Brian went at it. Telemachus said something about getting in the bunker because shots were fired. But that's kind of just how they go back and forth, you guys, and it's a mutual thing. It's not a
No, there's
They're
no
not
hate
really-
there whatsoever.
yeah. There's no any wrongdoing going on. Thank you, sir. Have a good night again, Paint Minis Live. That's what I like about, like I said, over and over. It's just kind of nice to chit chat with you guys at the end of the week before I start the work week. So it's all good. And I love the fact everybody's all saying hi to each other and everybody just gets along. It's really, really pretty nice and enjoyable.
I don't know about that one, Mike.
Yes, you do. You tease the crud out of Mini Wormut.
Not the ones you love. I don't love
I
it.
don't know. And you're smiling back there. True.
He's one of the family.
It is true that the girls in the bunker, you don't care about the violence. Yep. Our grill we had to finally get rid of. It just
Yeah,
was
finally crapped out on us.
not replaceable. I mean, it was too far gone to be replaceable. So now I gotta. My problem is like everything else.
They're
overall,
so dang expensive.
things have just been expensive for a long time, and I didn't realize grills went up to the point that they have.
Oh,
So.
we've had that girl for what, 3 years?
No,
2?
no, much longer than that. More than 3, almost a little over 6 years, and it survived sitting outside in the winter.
Yeah.
And because
A
we
couple
would
years
grill.
ago, the squirrel decided to chew up the
They
topping.
came down from the trees and chewed up my grill cover.
Yeah, we
and
were out
used
of
it for a nest.
Food.
I mean, I can't. No, they used it for a nest before winter.
Oh, that's right. They did.
They weren't eating that. They were tearing strips out of it, the grill cover, to take up the tree. Which, I mean, I don't blame them. To them, they don't know. They just are like, oh, look, they feed us food, and now they put out material we can make nests out of. Insulated. I mean, that'd be insulation for them in the winter. So,
Oh, yeah.
not mad at the squirrels, but the grill just, it just need to be taken to the scrapyard. So, all right, Mini Wormut, thanks for coming by. Good luck with the car troubles. It happens. It happens. We know about that. I can't even write a story about my life because nobody but the few people who swing by would know what to do with it.
We know about kids and car problems. So our son called us Friday, or called me Friday, because his back tire exploded, I guess would be the right thing. He wasn't hurt or anything. So we had to go pick him up at Walmart, bring him back, and then yesterday, the car that he was borrowing, I guess, was like dry rotted. Ended up with another flat.
Oh, she's saying the car's right in bad.
Ooh, that could be a wheel hub. It could be a lot of things.
Go take care
Go
of
make
her.
sure she's good.
That's cool. Johnny's had his grill since 2008. It sits uncovered, wind, rain, snow. It's a charcoal grill, so it's fine. Well, this was a propane cheap one from Walmart. So what happened is when you turn it on and you get, flames coming out the hose the wrong side, or the burners and all the parts with it were just starting to rust. So, I mean, it wouldn't be worth it for us to buy the pieces to try to rebuild the inside. And I don't use a charcoal grill, blah, very rarely anymore because it's just me and her. So by the time I get the coals up to where they got to be, we cook
It's just
whatever.
not worth it.
It's kind of like I'm wasting the charcoal. Now, before it was fine because of the kids, and then the kids would have their friends. So you weren't just making dinner for two. It was like a dinner for 8 or 10 or however many kids and stuff were around. So it was.
Now, if you're going to do like a brisket or something like that where you need a lot of coals, yeah, that would be your best choice.
Yeah, Walkabout gas barbecues went up. I mean, it was just basically the cheesy. I still think Walmart sells the same one for $98. But I really would rather get one that's a little bit better than that because it just wasn't, they're not built very good. Linster says that's why you do charcoal. Again, yeah, charcoal is good. It takes a while to get it to the coals, you know what I mean? And then when I cook, if it's just for me and her, it's just kind of a waste of the coals. I mean, so the propane I can just shut on and off, so it's a little bit easier. But I do like the mesquite hardwood charcoal. I don't like the regular charcoal, the coal. I like the ones out of wood.
Hardwood.
Yeah, those to me I like better. There you go. We could just do a show and call it Chilling and Grilling. And just grill out, do the show from outside one day.
So Keegan was looking up on Colts, I guess, and found a squirrel house is what it was called. So he wants to go and make a bunch of them and put it up in our yard.
Just to watch the squirrels
and then
come down.
Put a camera and just do live feed of the squirrels.
If you tossed them corn and they ate it, then it truly would be a live feed if the camera was on. So yeah, I wouldn't mind Linster getting a smoker.
Yeah, we've been looking at some small smokers because it's just, again, me and Greg, so we don't need nothing big. Yeah. But I guarantee if, our kids found out we had a smoker, they'd be bringing stuff over and wanting smoked and everything else.
Sure, that would be fun to do, though.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to go, okay, I bought the smoker, now I don't have money to buy the meat to put in it. So, I mean, it'd be kind of funny that way. But, Johnny, just if it makes you feel better, when we go camping, they have the grills there, at the campground. So we just take charcoal and make our stuff there. Yeah. I don't have like a portable propane grill, I guess. One time I did, and this was years and years and years ago. I had a small little flat bottom boat. And we'd go out at night in the summertime and get on the boat and go fishing. So one night we were out there and we were, it was like about 2 a.m. Purposely, though, we had brought stuff to make coffee and bacon and eggs. We made that in the boat. We actually got cursed out by one of the other boaters. It wasn't too far off. You could see his light. What are you guys cooking? And we told him, that's not fair. It's making us hungry. And I'm like, well, then you should have brought your own grill. We weren't trying to make anybody hungry. We were just, fishing. And but that was a while back. But otherwise, I generally we like to cook at home, even when it's snowing, so I just prefer grilled food if I can over food cooked other ways. But I will tell you guys one thing, don't laugh at me. Everybody always said, Greg, make some barbecue beans. Well, every single time I put a bean on that grill, it would fall in. So I don't know how you do barbecue beans because they kept falling through the grill. So I give up.
Every year you say that.
I know, I can't help it.
Every year.
It's not every year, but okay. Anyways. Johnny says he tried it a few times, just didn't care for it. Yeah, I prefer like the charcoal barbecue, but like I said, for us, it's just we end up, because we got a little one. Even that one, you put the coals in it, and your stuff's done, and you got all these coals just still ready to keep cooking, and so I just don't do it much. Ooh, Telemachus, I like that. Use jumping beans. They'll jump back out. That would be the solution. Thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Telemachus.
backing me up on that goofy, dumb dad's joke. Do I want to share Minnie's timeout? Yeah. Yeah, Mythos knows. It's just part of getting senile. That's all. But I like Telemachus's response. That is true. You do. You kind of repeat them because I'm not one for. There's just too many like degrading jokes and stuff, and mine's more of a try to be stupid, clean. Sometimes it's just off the top of my head, dumb stuff, but it's okay.
Some of his stuff is actually funny.
Well, I think you get annoyed because your brain doesn't work like mine. Mine will put things together. Yours is kind of just daydreaming or something. So I don't know how you put that together and came up with this or that.
My brain's trying to figure out how to sell your Space Marines.
Hey.
Without you realizing
you
it.
can't have a built-in alert if you try to sell my stuff online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if I'm going to get a timeout, take Telemachus with me. All right, Telemachus. I mean, what do you think? Do you think maybe we just deserve a timeout to be left alone? Can you send me to my room for the day? Send me to my room for the day?
No, you got to go to work. That's your punishment.
See, I prefer the timeout. I'd rather take the timeout and the punishment. Go to your room, Greg. Okay.
I can sleep.
If you insist, I'll go take a nap and I'll get some things accomplished. You should bow, Telemachus. Very well.
The jumping beans, that was actually
That was funny.
a funny
you
one.
can't say that's not.
No, that one was
It's
actually
like
kind of funny.
They fall in, ow, and they jump back out. So it would just be hysterical.
Do you even know what's actually in those?
Yes.
What?
A top secret jumping device that they implant in the beans. Well, I can't say that now.
No.
But I've seen it on X-Files.
Oh, wow. X-Files.
Yeah.
Showing your age there, Ben.
I don't care.
Yeah. The
What?
jumping beans actually have little worms inside of them. And they're moving around.
So then, okay, let's break this down with logic. What do they do? They crack the bean open, train the worm to jump, and put it back in, then they seal the bean?
No, it's just something the worm does. It's like
Ashley
like a
answered that
cocoon.
seriously. Nope, that's not something the worm does. Yeah, I know.
See, even Charles says it.
No, it could be that maybe you have worms and that's why you're acting this way.
Ha ha.
Maybe. No. Like corn, if you scare them, they pop. That's a good one, Ice Wolf. Yeah, Winstar says larva, and Charles says
Yeah,
worms.
it's like they move or something. That's why they bounce. I don't.
But we're not trying to
Remote
be.
control.
Yeah. We're not trying to be serious. We're just having fun with it. So. I don't know. Thank you for understanding my goofiness, you guys. I appreciate it. And Charles, again, timeouts. I don't want a timeout. I want you to order me to my room for the day so that I can think about what I said and ponder life or whatever. But just and that way I can write into work. Listen, I was on a live show and I was sent to my room, so I can't come in today. Yeah, I've seen a few of them there, Mythos. It was interesting. Interesting show.
So I never really got into the X-Files.
That's because you chose Barney over that.
You know how many Criminal Minds I have watched?
Yeah, there's lots of things online about husbands going, why is it that the wives watch all these criminal shows, and then how are you supposed to sleep at night because they know how to dispose of things, you know? Double secret probation. I'll take that, Telemachus. Me and Telemachus, we're off. All right, Linster, you go and get rolling. You got to finish your minis, and you got to get your son from a sleepover. I know how that goes. Thank you for coming by, though, man. And let us know when you get your video you were talking about earlier done. Or your live stream, I'm sorry. So we'll catch you later, man. I don't know. I mean, just have to have some fun in life.
It's all fun.
Yeah, that show was on quite a while, too, I think. Ashley, the problem with her is I'll come home from work and she's watching, you know, the same one she's watched 20 times. I'm like, you've already seen the same episode, you know.
Because I let it play in the background. I know I've seen it. Yeah, I've only seen the Criminal Minds. I've gone through all 12 actual seasons. And they got all the new ones out. I've only seen the first season of the new ones.
Hello, Skull. We're glad you showed up. Hopefully you're doing good, sir. Johnny says this live stream is going to be at 6:30 Eastern time. I like Telemachus. The truth isn't out there. Boy, that's the truth. That's been pretty much done away with. Charles says, no, Greg, I'm grounded. Okay, for a week then. Ground me for a week.
No.
I think that's the only fair thing you can do.
You're grounded to your job.
No, if I'm going to learn a lesson, maybe Charles
job.
is right. I should be grounded for the week. That would be much better. Grounded in my job. There's something wrong with my job. If I leave too far from it, then I get shocked. It's like one of those electric fences they have for dogs, the invisible ones. So I don't know what they did to me. I was tired one day at work, and when I woke up, my head hurt. Now I just get shocked when I leave. Is it the episodes with Shamar more on it? They're on repeat.
Actually, I don't do the Criminal Minds on repeat. The last one I just did that I've watched a couple times was Bones.
When I come home and you've got that on, it's like you've already seen that show 20 times, and then the next one, it's always the same ones you keep rewatching. Okay, I'll let it go at that.
We can't get Criminal Minds on our TV. We don't pay for it. We don't have that app. It's Netflix. We don't pay for Netflix.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So, no, I can't watch Criminal Minds.
Well, jeez.
Job and house chores.
Grounded from my job and house chores. Uh-oh. That's even better. Grounded. Send me to the smallest room in the house, Charles, so I can sit in this room.
This isn't the smallest room.
It is if I say it is. Yeah, Bone, she watches a lot of it. You can't tell me you don't watch that show.
I've seen it maybe 5 times all the way through.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I guess typically as the husband, whatever you say or do is wrong. So, you're rewatching NCIS from the beginning? Wow. I forgot what a crush he had. Now you remember though, huh? Well, that's cool. You enjoy that there, Mythos. I don't know if I could. I mean, we've been, like we were talking about earlier, lately, we watched Reacher.
That was a good show.
But it was in bits and pieces throughout the week. The one show I want to get back to that I told you guys about several times before is Peaky Blinders. I wanted to finish that one up. Mythos, you know my deadly taste for women that can.
Going?
Yeah. Ashley's in charge. Yep. That's about how it is.
No, say I've watched all of the SVUs. Well, the originals. They just put out some more, like 2 or 3 more seasons. It's like I don't have the freaking shows. I think that's like Paramount. I think. No, what is that?
Paramount.
No, I don't think it's Paramount. I don't know which one it's on now. But it's like, come on. Huh.
Well, you got to watch that taste there, Mythos. One day, just for fun, you should do your live stream with like a bandage over your head and your eye and like an arm wrapped up and just kind of do a skit. I don't have anything to report this week, you guys. Nah, I don't know.
And what, have Lily in the background?
Yeah, just do a little skit, a fake one, obviously, but I think it might go over well.
Problem is, if you try doing that, people think I would actually abuse you. I see that. Really?
I just blinked 3 times. SOS. Do you feel safe at home, Greg? I can't tell you.
Oh, Tomagus.
That's actually a lot if you're gonna rewatch the whole thing.
Well, doesn't NCIS have like 20-something episode or seasons?
They've been on a long time.
And I know they just started up another one too, like a remaster or an ongoing thing, where it's supposed to be 2 of the older characters started doing it or something. I don't know.
Well, one thing I can say about shows in general is when you get really hooked on them, you really like them, then they tend to cancel them. How many of you out there have seen Serenity? That was a good show. They should have continued that, I thought, but they canceled that. Or you get going like I used to really enjoy watching Stargate SG-1, and they did all the offshoots. That was when I had time. SOA, save our Ashley. See, Charles is your fan. If you called him one day and I disappeared, I'd get a hold of Charles because he probably knows then what's happening.
No, I just live stream it.
Is your other camera is looking at group? You do that. He's staring back at the camera down there. She really likes her characters, though. Yeah, I've seen some of the joke ones, or like where the husband in a car, he pulls up to this lady, she's on the street, he leans out the window, he goes, "How much?" She goes, "For it," and he goes, "How much for you to listen to me without arguing?" And she goes, "That's $100. He's just a strange person. I mean, I know there's skits, but so it's kind of funny. They should have washed their brown shirts. They might have succeeded more often. Yeah. Serenity was great. IS-12 says they aired the episodes the wrong way here. What do you mean by that? Did they air them out of order? I just thought it was, here's a show, because I don't watch a whole lot of TV, and that was one of the ones I thought was, all right, that's cool. And of course they made the movie, but it's just kind of didn't go anywhere. Is that the one there? Mythos, Eva, and Javari. I just know that they've done all sorts of things, and he's always terrified of what she's going to do. Serenity also has a game, by the way. At least I see it at the hobby shop. So, but there's nobody that would be interested in playing it with me here. So it just sits at the hobby shop.
I told you I would try it.
Not Serenity, you didn't. No, you just said you generally weren't interested.
No, you just don't want to lose on a game that you would know you would like.
Well, I don't know how the game would play out, but I liked the show. I really was kind of bummed out. And so the other one I liked was, or I got to like, or kind of grew on me for it was Stargate Universe. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, Universe.
Where they were on that ship. I got to where I liked the characters, but I didn't. Then they canceled that too. Hey, Brian from Weird World War II. How are you, sir? He says Serenity game is awesome. Oh, that's cool. I have not played it. And Mythos says, fun fact, the director only got rid of the one character after the leaf on the wind moment out of spite because the show didn't get renewed. See, I don't even know why the show didn't get renewed, truthfully, because they had quite a following, and they should have at least given it a couple seasons. Weird World War II. Brian says you don't really need to know anything about the show to enjoy the game. Huh. Yeah, I've seen it at the hobby store, you guys, Ice Wolf and stuff, but I never picked it up because I just didn't think anybody would play it. No, your spelling's okay. We know what you mean, Ice Wolf. But I just thought it was a cool show. They canceled it. So it's interesting though, because it just seems like when something really gets going, there's a couple others in the past, but I don't remember the names to them. I think anymore my brain only files what is considered important, and then the rest is like, eh. Well, then maybe we'll have to try the game out. If Weird World War II says it's easy, then you can enjoy it, then we should try it. The Expanse was a great series. Ice Wolf says. Wolf Brother Hobby says he's been a Nathan Fillion fan ever since. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I just thought, all right, this is cool. Can't wait till, the next season. And boom, they cancel. I'm like, oh, okay. But I like that kind of science fiction stuff too. Oh yeah, that's it. Space Above and Beyond that got cut too early. That was also good. That's what I'm saying is they'll have these big followings and then they'll cut shows. They don't even tell them why. Tell you really why, per se. One of the other shows I liked was The Bundys. I really got a kick out of Al Bundy. And then they canceled that. Of course, it wouldn't survive today. Too many people would be hurt or offended. But I thought it was funny. But they didn't even tell the actors they were canceling the shows. The actors didn't know. And one of them found out. I think it was the guy that played Al Bundy found out. If I remember the story right, he was out somewhere at a restaurant eating or something, and one of the people was come up to it, tell them they're sorry the show was canceled, and he didn't even know that he didn't have a job to go back to. And that was a show that was hugely popular.
Here's Firefly.
Yeah.
There's 4 different ones.
There's different Firefly ones, yeah. So that's a dice game. That's a regular game. Ashley found them. But yeah, there's multiple different games on it. And Brian said it's replayable. Lots of replayability to it. That's always good for a game, man, because if you can replay the game and it holds your attention, That's cool. Oh, so yeah, so you can find it pretty much anywhere. Looks like it's more expensive now. They also have the Serenity role playing game, huh? I didn't know they did RPG on it, but there you go. Oh boy. Yep, there's a board game yeah. That's an offshoot. Somebody made an unofficial one. Oh, there you go. You have to find out that's on BGG. Board Game Geek has it on their website too. Yeah, it's not surprising they canceled it, but it was surprising they didn't tell the actors, Telemachus. And then they had, I guess if it was me and I was making all this revenue off the show, I would continue the show until either the actors didn't want to go do it no more or it just wasn't making money. Oh, Tour of Duty. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes there's these shows, they don't really give you a good reason as to what happened or why. It just happened. But anyways, like I said, and it's been several years since I really watched any TV. Recently, we watched the Reacher ones. We try to watch when we sit down and have dinner, but that's probably the most current thing I've, I guess, watched. As a rule, generally TV, I just don't watch it.
Ouch.
Oh, Trailer Park Boys. I have not seen it, but I've heard about it there, Brian.
Isn't Serenity part of the Fireflies?
Yeah, yep. So that's the role playing game there. Yep, Trailer Park Boys. The game has minis of all the characters, so you can use it for your tabletop gaming too. Nice.
Noble Knight has it too.
What?
Noble Knight.
Oh, Noble Knights
They have a
has
whole
it. Yeah.
bunch of them.
They have all of them. It looks like.
Serenity,
That's what I said,
Serenity.
There's several different.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different ones.
So I don't think I've seen Tour. Well, wait, Tour of Duty, was that when they were going to Iraq? And I think I may have seen some of those shows on that.
No, the one that we watched, where they were up in Iraq.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that one.
Over there. That one was like 4 seasons.
That didn't last too long either.
That was a good one.
Well, some of the shows, they kind of start off, but you got to get used to the characters and get involved.
It builds the characters. Yeah, over there, it took about half a season for you to really get into it.
Yep. Well, Mythos has let you know Serenity was the movie, Firefly was the show.
Okay.
Yeah. The movie was kind of nice to break down the Reavers, right? And then you realize where the Reavers come from. But it was a pretty good show, I thought. Like just like you guys thinking. Unfortunately, I wish there would have been multiple seasons to Firefly, but it just wasn't. Okay, so Weird World War II says from Vietnam era. Trailer Park Boys, though, that's one I've heard about, but I just haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it. So
it's like a screwed up Beavis and Butthead.
Is it? You've seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Beavis and Butthead. That was a show. today a lot of the stuff just doesn't really interest me. Like their reality shows and stuff are so staged and corny and stuff. It's hard to kind of watch it. But I don't know. That's the best music ever. ISWO says True of Duty. Well, that's cool. Having a good soundtrack. I mean, I don't know why they would have canceled it. I'll have to check it out and see if I can. What are you doing there, Ash? I'll have to check it out and see if I can figure that one out or find it. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. It's almost 6 o'clock our time. I thank you guys for being here. The little dragon on the table, thanks you. He just quietly has been good. He's been sitting back there being good the whole time. Not one peep. Didn't ask for like a dragonfly or anything to play with. No food. And he's just been really good. So, maybe we'll keep him.
You fight your 3-year-old granddaughter for it.
Nah, we'll keep him. But you guys have a good week. We appreciate you and thank you. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on there, that helps us a lot.
And if you're looking for coffees or teas, hit the QR code. Yeah, I know. Shameless plug.
It did exist, Mythos. You are correct. We're not. Well, you watch it, you'll know why. People just had to see what those two dinglings were going to do next. That's all.
All right, guys. Until next week. We will see you later.
We will? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bye, guys.